Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Shivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivam. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivam.
Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyadilakshakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Nama. Facebook and many other social media platforms, I welcome all of you for today's Parashakti Akashic readings, where we are celebrating the Navaratri festival. So what will you learn today? You will be learning about Navaratri, the celebration of the divine feminine consciousness. You will be learning why the divine energy, Devi Parashakti, has incarnated again in modern age. And you will be learning about Devi Parashakti and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Paramashivam, who has come down as the incarnation of Devi Parashakti, and how you need to prepare yourself to experience his space inside you. And as the cosmic feminine consciousness, Parashakti, liberates you, bestowing her supreme knowledge, she bestows her completion through worship, and Devi Parashakti is worshipped by all the gods and the goddesses of Kailasa. In the Chandi Homa, all of Kailasa requests her divine presence to bestow upon you. And through her exercises sincerely, with delayed gratification, with the space of delayed gratification, and that is the best receptor and the ideologies that you carry in the Manomaya Kosha, the mind sheet, and the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the intellect sheet, are too important for this experience. Thus, each segment is designed to work on each kosha, recommended that you attend the complete program for the best experience. And now, with that, we will move to the next segment of this program, where all of us will be seeing a live demonstration of the extraordinary Shaktis, the divine powers. So today, the Balasins, the Nithyananda yogis, the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, will be manifesting and demonstrating the powers of third eye awakening and sharing with all of you the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation awakened in us through the Diksha, the initiations into the third eye awakening and various other powers with the blessings and grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, body scanning, remote vision, materialization, levitation. Some of you might be wondering where exactly third eye is located, how it works. So the third eye is the cosmic browsing center located and see through the third eye just as you would with your two eyes. Now let us understand more about what are Shaktis, how exactly these Shaktis work, and how Vedagama is the source scriptures of Hinduism. Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis, the divine powers. And manifesting powers are described as a system, a method, and a science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to various states of consciousness. And the Shakti is manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are a divine and you need to manifest the divine. Terms, these is a very common term used for any type of external manifestation. And you might be wondering that Shaktis and Siddhis are the same, but Shaktis and Siddhis are actually not the same. They are divine and high integrity with the Guru and are a source of enlightenment, whereas Siddhis are powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment and are on the path of enlightenment. And the Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest through ordinary human beings. And the source of all these Shaktis, Paramashiva, is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause. And as the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya or the 5 cosmic acts of Shrishti, which is Graha, which is liberating grace for all living entities. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyanda Paramashivam, has come down as the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva and representative of Paramashiva, and is the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization nation, and the cosmic bodies of the nation beings and highly advanced sciences. And it was where the science of power manifestation, enlightenment, and many more spiritual sciences was lived and taught as a lifestyle. And for the first breaking pace, which is never accomplished before. And all of this knowledge is passed down, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, being recognized as an incarnation at a very young age, was trained and taught into these sciences to revive disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra, Sri Vidya, Yoga and yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, science of Aushadha. So now let's see how we can awaken these divine Shaktis, and how can you manifest these Shaktis yourself. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism beautifully says, every ultimate truth, jnana, is wrapped into your consciousness, prajna, and manifests
transfer of spiritual energy by an enlightened being.
So now let's watch a short video on how the science of Diksha works.
Through look, word, or touch. The traditional Vedic book Navaratneshwara states, Sarvasamapi dikshanam muktihi phalamakhanditam avirodhat bhavantyeva prasangyastu bhuktayah. The main benefit of all initiations is moksha, enlightenment. As a side effect, health, wealth, leadership, and Devi Diksha Vihinasya na siddhihi na cha sadgatihi tasmat sarva prayatnena guruna dikshito bhavet. The one who is not initiated does not attain liberation nor a better future. So by all efforts, one should get initiated by Guru. What is the science of initiation? Neuroscience has proved that the process of initiation floods the brain with energy. This is the superconscious energy of Kundalini, our own highest inner potential energy. It sets up a powerful energy loop within the brain, which awakens the latent non-mechanical parts, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, transform our lives, bliss and fulfillment. Initiation creates high awareness, visualization, awakening, healing experience, levitation, teleportation, materialization. Experience the power of initiation through a range of exclusive programs conducted at the ashram. Nityananda.
Yes. So that was a wonderful video on how the science of Diksha works. So now let us see how the science of power manifestation is authenticated through four aspects of evidences or pramanas. So the first is the Shastra Pramana, which are the eternal, unchangeable truths revealed in the source scriptures, where the Vedic rishis and scientists have time tested and verified the sciences. And the next is the Atma Pramana, which is an account from the life of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of the power manifestation. And then the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. So now let us see what exactly are the Vedas and Agamas. So the Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for Hindus and are a pure science where the applied technology sciences are expanded. And the Vedas and the Veda Agamas, are given the status of Shruti as their directly to Pramana. So now, let us get ready to witness a very unique and very exciting demonstration of the power of third eye after we go through the Pramanas for the first power, for the powers. So we will be first witnessing the power of third eye, which is seeing with the eyes blindfolded. And the Shastra Pramana for this power comes from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Kapalantarmanonyasya tishtannilitalochanaha kramena manasodadyat lakshaye lakshyamuttamam. And the translation for this verse is, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind in inner space through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal Lakshyam by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashivam. And the next is the Apta Pramana, where Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye. So Arjuna can behold Krishna's Vishwarupa Darshan, the vision of his cosmic form. And Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, Natu mam shakyase drashtu manenaiva svachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. So in this verse, Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, but you cannot see my cosmic form with vision. Behold my cosmic opulence. So this comes from the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which contains the description of Bhagavan Krishna's cosmic form. And it is completely narrated by Arjuna as he sees Bhagavan Krishna through his third eye. And the next is the Atma Pramana, where
Inside and outside broke.
Swamiji's own words, Swamiji shows, the first experience is that I was able to see everything around me. Above me, the whole 360 degree tended that as me. And the next is the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. And all of you here can see that study measures were done on the brainwaves of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself using a PET scan, a positron emission tomography. And it was measured that when doing daily activities, there is high activity in the brain where the third eye is located. And when in deep samadhi state, only the third eye region is active, and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is at peace. And the next is the Sakshi Pramana, which are the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation happening in the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So this rare and sacred science of third eye awakening is being made available to humanity for ultimate enrichment and consciousness that surpass all the bounds of time, space, and matter. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is gifting this pure and great science of third eye awakening, along with many other spiritual sciences, to the world through initiation, Diksha. And everyone who has experienced these powers and who have been initiated have actually witnessed and experienced these sciences and profound results and extraordinary manifestation in their Sakshi Pramana, the live demonstration of the power of third eye. Yes, so now let us get into the live demonstration of this power. So here with me I have this eye band, which in front is a thick opaque plastic sheet, and in the back there's thick black sponge which will not allow any type of light to enter around the eyes. And this eye band will be put on my eyes by a volunteer. And once it is done, any of you watching us live on YouTube, you can put your comment section in the live YouTube comment section. And you can put anything that you would like me to read, and I will be reading it through the third eye. And so all of you can see the eye band, so they can have better sleep. So now this eye band will be put on my eyes by a volunteer, and all of you can see as it is being put on. It's little, it, can you center? You can see I will be turning to my right, left, up, and down. So all of you can see that the eye band has been put. And now, and any of you watching us live, you can put your comments in the live YouTube comment section of Kailasa's SPH and NITHYANANDA YouTube channel, and we will be reading the comments. It can be anything that you would like me to read, a sequence of emojis, numbers, letters, words, sentences that I think I may not be able to read or pronounce. It can even be different languages. And you can also put random sequences of mixed things with emojis, letters, numbers, everything. Yes, so we'll be projecting the comments for all of you. So the first comment we have is from Mahajarandastita Nanda, and she has put Ma Matura Nityanandam, please may I ask in the next segment for as possible, and it has manifested many times through various balsams and various people. Today, Akashic readings. Today we will not be doing this power, but you can contact any of us, and we will surely be happy to assist you. And yes, anyone else also who would like to put in your comments, you can put your comments. It can be anything, a sequence of emojis, numbers, words, letters, anything. So as we wait for some comments, here I have with me the Guaranteed Solutions book, where Swamiji gives guaranteed solutions for all problems. So let us now open a page. I will be opening a random page in front of all of you, and I will be reading the contents of the page. So now I'll be opening a random page and let us see what Swamiji reveals to us. Okay, so now let us read this page. So this is page 228 and 229. Page starts with a continuation of the previous page's para. So I'll just maybe read the previous pages, the starting of that sentence. So it says, Tantra deals beautiful 1,000 years ago are found to be prevalent in biology today. In order to be complete, to be whole fix of our nature. So that is the first two paras on page number 228. And now maybe I'll be reading a para from, I'll be opening another random page. So all of you can see the book. And now I'll be opening another random page in front of all of you. Yes. So now I've opened another random page. Now let us read this page. This is page numbers 428 and 429. And it is the beginning of another chapter. So it says, the next chakra, black box. In Sanskrit, Agnya means will or order. The Agnya chakra is known as the master chakra. This chakra is locked by seriousness and ego, and it can be made to flower by innocence, simplicity, and intelligence, and by Zoroastrian meditation technique. The Agnya chakra is known as the chakra Raj, the master of all the chakras. This is such a significant chakra that there is no religion that has not worked on activating it. When the Agnya chakra opens, the whole being enters into a different realm. The whole layer of faculties opens up. That is why all of you can see this page. And yes, if any of you would like to post your comments, you can post your comments. And we will also be having the power of body scanning. So if any of you would like a body scan, you can put your comments in the comment section, and will surely help you with the with the power of remote vision. So any of you watching us live right now, you can put in your comments, and you can even put any page number that you would like me to open from the Guaranteed Solutions book. You can post a specific number that you would like me, a page number that you would like me to open. Ma Mahajal, if you would like, we can do a body scanning for your friend's father. If we have their consent, we can do a body scan. And yes, we actually have another comment from Ma Nitya Kshipra Prasad Nityananda, who has put page 59. Yes, so now Ma, I'll be opening page 59 before we move to the next and reading the contents of the page. Before we move to the next power. So now I'm on 506, 324, 214. Okay, so there's actually a story on this page. In the end of the page, there's a story and master's lessons. A man next to her was an expert pianist and was playing a song by himself. The little girl walked over and watched him play for some time. Then the next page, on page number 60, the story continues and says, she finally asked, "Sir, do you know by any chance, do you by any chance have more fingers than I do?" And then it, in brackets, has laughter. So all of you can see. On page number 59, the last. And yes, if anybody else also would like me to open any specific page, you can put your comments. Before we move on to the next power. Okay. So now we'll be getting into the next power, the power of body scanning. I now request the volunteer to remove the eye band. Yes. So, and now we'll be moving to the next power, the power of body scanning. Any type of illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues in the body, whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally. And the best part is, through the third eye, we can also provide solutions. So now let us go through the pramanas for the power of body scanning. So the Shastra Pramana vapi sukshma tarani cha tattvani yani nilayam dhyattvante. Cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body, Swadeha, or of the whole universe, simultaneously consists of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in their source cause Paramashiva. By the experience of such stressful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi Adi Shakti, Pramana, which comes from the life of a Siddha. So Teraya was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agastya. And one day a man suffering from there is a small Teraya, a type of frog sitting in the person's brain. Agastya immediately instructs Teraya, his disciple, to perform an open head surgery and remove the frog. And once the surgery is completed successfully, the person is healed and cured of the headache. And the next Atma Pramana for this power of body scanning was revealed on paraphrasing his words. Only when I had the multiple compound hand fracture, I was forced to go for surgery and therefore medical checkups related to that. At that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in my different organs. It was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through body scanning, I found out what the problems in my findings. And here you can all see the Sakshi Pramana, the experiences, results of the external manifestation. Here are just a few, but thousands around the world have shared their experience and experienced the power of this power of body scanning. So anyone who would like a body scan, you can put your comments in the YouTube comment section and we will be doing a body scanning for you. You said, but I heard about contacting you. Yes, Ma. So as you have asked about your friend's father who is missing, this is the power of remote vision. So you can today we are doing the power of body scanning and help you. So you can contact any of the Adinavasis or the power manifestors and we will be able to help you to do the remote scan for your father's friend. So, Ma'am Hajalananda, I hope the audio is clear now. I apologize for the technical difficulty. And yes, Aina Zaya has now asked how to remove heavy metal and amyloid plaque from my brain and what can scanning for you. Yes, so Aina Zaya, what I was able to see for as a solution to remove that heavy metal and amyloid like from the brain, I was actually able to see that you have to and also so actually by you doing Shirsasana, the blood flow and the blood circulation in the head will happen more better, and that will actually help in removing the heavy metals. And your no your whatever is there in the brain will get healed. And I was also able to see that you should especially in the nights you should play like the Mahavakya in the background. Just it doesn't need to be in a very high volume, just in a low volume nearby. In the see that throughout the day you will be more active, more alive, and you will be able to, and you will be able to start cognizing whatever is good for you. And you can also watch satsangs where Swamiji has spoken about the 25 states of consciousness and more. So this is what I was able to see for you, Arya. Just in whenever you sleep, play the Mahavakya in a low, like in whichever volume bit. You should just be able to hear it lightly. That's it. So you can play it in that volume and circulation and the blood flow in the brain. So this is what I was able to see for you, Arya, and as a voting and section. Yes. So if anyone else also would like a body scan, you can put your comments in the comment section. And Ma'am Hajar Nisla, you can reach out to any of the power manifestors or the Adinavasis, and we also will reach out to you, and we will be more than happy to help you to do the remote scanning to help in finding your friend. Let us move to the further segments of this program. I thank all of you who have joined us today for the power manifestation segment. And you, anyone else also who would like a body scan or any other power manifestation, a body scanning, and you can see the science of power manifestation and also various other sciences of Hinduism that we are sharing with the world, that Kailasa is sharing with the world. And now with that, let us move to the next segment of this program where all of us will be learning how Devi Parashakti has come down to save the world today. So let us look at the world today and the way forward. an additional 0.002% of population is getting infected by COVID-19. The facts are that the total confirmed cases of COVID-19 is, as of 554 CEST, on the first, new COVID-19 cases have risen to more than 150 per day in the United States. And an average population increase per day is 174 million, almost 175 million per day. So the rate of those getting infected is almost on average rate of the population. The status quo world population used to decline in 170 years, which is only 3 generations ahead. So the total confirmed cases of COVID-19 is 3%, is about 3% of the world's population and is rising daily at all times. Vaccination not known to be the solution or available at any timeline for the world. It is increasing day by day, is 126,500 at 0.562% of the world. An average death, our understanding that the population growth per day and the death rate are moving at the same rate, we are looking at the human civilization decline in the next 3 generations. And now let us see the need of a global solution that works across all national policies. So here you can see the situation of the WHO region. So you can see in America, 89 million confirmed cases, in Europe, 70 million confirmed cases, in Southeast Asia, 43 million confirmed cases, in Eastern Mediterranean, 15 million, and then in the Western Pacific, 8 million, and in Africa, 6 million confirmed cases. From the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change warns that we are on a crash course towards catastrophe if global temperatures are allowed to rise. And the window to slow or even halt some of these worsening impacts is rapidly closing. Government's guidance, guidelines, and regulations. But even if this is done, the effect on our survival needs like food, clothes, shelter, and so what is the karma that caused COVID-19? In a verse from the Brihadaranya Upanishad, the 4th Adhyaya, 4th Brahmanam, 5th mantra, it defines karma in a verse, and it says, Yatakari yatachari tatabhavati sadhukari sadhu bhavati papakari papi bhavati punya punyena karmana bhavati papa papena. And the translation for this verse is, as it does it and acts, so it becomes by doing good, it becomes good, and by doing evil, it becomes evil. It becomes virtuous to good acts and vicious to evil acts. And here you can see how the mental health prescriptions and another thing that is part of the karma have actually become extinct, stopping the idea that the whole planet Earth belongs to only human race. We forgot that we share the world with others. So let us set a trend of moving to a nature-based lifestyle. Let us now set a trend of moving to a nature-based lifestyle. And let us stop torturing and killing animals. And let's drop the idea that planet Earth is exclusive of pain and suffering. So when you kill animals, when you keep the livestock and kill animals, you not only disturb the environment, but you disturb the ecosystem as well by releasing so much pain and suffering. So what is the permanent solution for this pandemic? As per Hinduism, the purpose of the world, the primary principle of the universe is let us all coexist and celebrate our life. Ahimsa paramo dharma, done from anger, lust, greed, pride, jealousy, and delusion. And let us start living the lifestyle of aparigraha, and actually, every crisis that humanity faces, Hinduism has found solutions. Hinduism is the religion which has seen at least 5 complete wipeouts of the planet Earth and the wiping out of the civilization. And we have the knowledge, we have recorded and documented every time when the civilization was wiped out and how it was rebuilt. So the first time when the population, when the world, the civilization was completely wiped out, from the Asura Hayagriva who had stolen the Vedas and Agmas. And during the manifestation of the universe in the form of a fish, the Matsyavatara, and landed on planet Earth to give back the Vedas and Agmas to Lord Brahma after getting it back from the demon Hayagriva. And the next is after the great deluge, Bhagavan Vishnu brought Manu's boat and the Vedas and Agmas and the whole thing, and he restarts the civilization. And that is why the Pandya kingdom, the earliest kingdom, is from there that the whole Pandya civilization started. And the third time was during King Ravana's reign, where over 7 crore people, 7 crore of the population was eliminated, was destroyed. And it was at that point in time that Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra Prabhu incarnated to save the 54 deshas from the evil reign of the king. And this is detailed in the Ramayana. And the fourth time is when King Duryodhana almost led the world to a nuclear collapse and Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And the fifth time is when Bhagavan Mahadeva, Bhagavan Paramashivam himself, protected the city of Varanasi. And he says, I will hold these during the great deluge. I'll hold these guys at the tip of my Trishula. And in the Upanishads, the rishis celebrate the happening of the incarnations who come down to liberate people from crisis. They sing, ha 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 ahamannam 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 ahamannado ahamannado ahamannadaha. The individual souls from the bondages through knowledge as Acharya. And Paramashiva is reaching out to the bondages through initiation. The Shakti Pada and Shakti Nipada is the Guru. And Paramashiva reaching out to individual souls and intervening in their karmas, altering it, reducing it, and even deleting it, completing and changing the happenings of the past, present, and future is the Leela. That is the incarnation. They are incarnations. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna also promises of how incarnations happen again and again to give a superconscious breakthrough. And he promises, Yada, whenever there is a decline in individual consciousness, the collective unconsciousness increases. To establish the righteousness of the eternal consciousness, the science of eternal bliss, Dharma Samstapanarthaya, I myself appear millennium after millennium. Sambhavami yuge yuge. And now with that, let us now learn. All of us just saw how the world is today and how to move forward and how Hinduism has recorded the 5 times when the entire civilization, Parashakti, that all of us are celebrating during this day, during the 9th day of Navratri. Let us celebrate the happening of Devi Rajeshwari. Let us learn about Devi Rajeshwari. So Parashakti, Parameshwari, Rajeshwari is the ultimate. Devi Mahatmyam, the Sri Devi Mahatmyam says, Ekaivaham Jagat Yatra Dvitiyaha Mama Para, which means I am the only eternal power in the world and none else in the second. So therefore, all these different alankaras and avatars are of Jagannatha. And that Jagannatha takes form as Devi Saraswati, form of Devi Mahakali, Chamandi, during the time of destruction of incomplete people. And she takes the form of Durga Parameshwari to make her devotees to get rid of all the fears. She takes form as Devi Meenakshi to bestow boons for career and leadership. She takes form as Devi Brahmacharani to heal from all the mental disorders. Devi Kamakshi to complete And in the Devi Mahatmyam, in the 11th chapter, verse 55, there's a verse that beautifully says, Ittam yada yada bada danavota bhavishyati tada tadavatiryaham karishyam yari samshayam. And the translation for this is, whenever trouble arises due to the advent of demons, I shall incarnate and destroy the foes. And Devi Rajeshwari means the royal and supreme goddess. She is the most splendid form of the cosmic mother and the merciful and protecting cosmic energy. There was a time when Paramashiva did not assume a body, but Parashakti of the union of Parashakti and Paramashiva. And Devi Rajeshwari sits on the throne holding the Ikshukanda, the sugarcane, in one hand and giving blessings to devotees with the other in the Abhaya Mudra for no fear. And with the self-realization. And her three eyes are the sun, moon, and the fire, representing the three triads in creation. And her crown is decorated with the crescent moon and is the symbol of the divine delight, by which she binds the whole creation. And the gourd is the symbol of the power of knowledge, and it is the which the whole creation is spread into activity. And the sugarcane stem depicts the mind principle of man, and the five flowered arrows, the source of the five elements. And the scriptures describe her to be seated on a simhasana upon Sadashiva, the cosmic consciousness, whose legs are Lord Brahma, Lakshmi, and the goddess of learning, Devi Saraswati. And she is depicted to be worshipped by all the 330 million devas and Lord Ganesha and Subramanya also. So now let us see Devi Parashakti's divine Leela. So in the Devi Mahatmyam chapter 12, shloka 37, there is a verse that says, Tvai tanmohyate vishvam shaiva vishvam prasuyate saya chitta cha vijnanam tushtaridham prayachati. And the translation is, by her this universe is deluded, and it is she who creates the universe. And when entreated, she bestows supreme knowledge, and when propitiated, who bestows prosperity. So today let us meditate on the hymns of Devi Parashakti's glory, on how she protects us beings from the hands of foes and disillusion. So through the mother's grace, Bhukti Mukti Pradayani, bestower of worldly enjoyments and liberation. And third and fourth verses say, O Devi, you who remove the mother of the whole world, be gracious. O mother of the universe, protect the universe. You are, O Devi, the ruler of all that is moving and unmoving. You are the sole substratum of the world, because you subsist in the form of earth. By you, who exist in the shape of water, we live. And the next verse says, you are the power of Vishnu, source of the universe. By you, all this universe has been thrown into an illusion. O Devi, if you become gracious, you become the cause of final emancipation in this world. And the further verses say, when you have been of the enjoyment and liberation, what were, O you who abide as intelligence in the hearts of all creatures, and bestow enjoyment and liberation? Salutations be to you, O Narayani, who have the power of creation, sustenance, and destruction, embodiment of the three gunas. Salutations be to you, O Narayani, O you who are intent on saving the dejected and distressed, that take refuge under you. O you, Devi, who remove the sufferings of all. Salutations be to you, O Narayan, O you who are intelligence and Saraswati, O best one, prosperity, consort of Vishnu, dark one, nature, be propitious. O Queen of all, you who exist in the form of all and possess every might, save us from error. May this benign countenance of yours adorned with three eyes, protect us from all fears. Salutations be to you, O Katyayani, terrible with flames, exceedingly sharp, destroyer of all the asuras. May your trident guard us from fear. Salutations be to you, O Bhadrapali. May your bell that fills the world with its ringing and destroys the prowess of the Daityas guard us, O Devi, as the mother protects her children from all evils. Where Rakshasas and snakes of robbers exist, where forest conflagrations occur, there and in the mind mid-sea you stand and save the world. O Queen of the universe, you protect the universe. As the self of the universe, you support the universe. You are the goddess, worthy to be adored by the Lord of the universe. Those who bow in devotion to you themselves become the refuge of the universe. O Devas, I am prepared to bestow a boon. Choose whatever boon you desire in your mind. For the welfare of the world, I shall grant it. The Deva said. The Devi said, when the 28th age has arrived during the period of the Avaiswatamanu, two other great asuras, Shumba and Nishumbha, will be born. Then born from the womb of Yashoda in the home of cowherd Nanda, and dwelling on the Vindhya mountains, I will destroy them both. And again, having incarnated in a very terrible form on earth, I shall slay the Danavas, who are the descendants of the Viprats. And so this was the story of the Leela from the Devi Mahatmya. And we have to worship Devi Parashakti to grace us and save us. We make unconsciously. We make thousands of decisions unconsciously in a day, whether it is thinking or talking or doing. It is done unconsciously without awareness. That is the reason we are not able to connect the cause and the effect of many of the things that happen in our lives. We always think that we have been dished out unfair results. We have more karma. There is a way to again and again remind ourselves not to collect karma and to live without the influence of earlier incurred karma. The first step is to have a clear understanding that karma is powerless in the presence of an incarnation. So somewhere this karma chakra needs to be broken, and you need to be given a new energy, inspiration, understanding, and possibility. And if you're always stuck with this action result cycle, you will never ever be given a chance to taste the possibility. Possibility only when the divine intervention happens. Mahadeva, Paramashiva himself intervenes in your life in the form of the Guru. He assumes the form of the Guru just to liberate people from the karma chakra, give inspiration, joy, bliss, and cause miracles and enlightenment. And initiation means the ideas or knowledge of the clicks that brings you out of these depressive thoughts, that brings you out of the influence of your karma. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is, who has come down as the Nija Avatara of Devi Parashakti. Kailasa and the Shyamala Pira Sarvangitam's rare and sacred lineage of pontiffs has been systematically carried over in an unbroken progression from ages. The chosen emissaries of Lord Paramashiva and Devi, who are the Guru Mahasanidanams of Kailasa and the Shyamala Pira Sarvangitam, are the direct representatives of the cosmos. And on the 27th of April in 2012, Srila Sri Nithyananda Sri Jnana Sambandha Deshika Paramacharya Swami was formally appointed as the 293rd Guru Mahasanidanam of the Kailasa and the Shyamala Pira Sarvangitam and is the lawful successor, descendant, and inheritor invested with all the powers, duties, and obligations to perform the rituals, spiritual, linguistic epicenters to its original glory. So now let us watch a short video on the Madurai Adi.
The ancient temple town of Madurai in southern India boasts of a 2,500-year-old history of spirituality. Continuously inhabited cities of the world. Legend says that Madurai was established by the cosmic mother herself, who incarnated as Princess Meenakshi, daughter of the pious king Malayadwaja Pandya. Akshi expanded her empire right up to Kailash in current China. But when she came face to face with the Lord of Kailash, Shiva himself, she recognized him as her eternal consort and dropped her arms to become Shiva's companion for life.
Along with Shiva, also a kingdom for a glorious 160.
Madurai too fell to its powerful influence, and Shaivism all but vanished from the sacred kingdom where Shiva himself had once walked the earth. Child incarnation Tirunjana Sambandar, one of the 4 visionary saints of Shaiva Siddhanta tradition. The story goes that as a baby, Tirunjana Sambandar was once nourished by the milk of enlightenment from the cosmic mother herself. This child prodigy arrived in Madurai to effortlessly defeat the learned Jain monks with his wisdom, healing power, and Madurai Adinam and the Meenakshi temple, which had fallen to desolate ruin. Madurai Adinam is today the world's oldest living Hindu organization, with a recorded history alone spanning a glorious 1,500 years. Madurai Adinam has been patronized by the likes of Tipu Sultan, Robert Nobili, and the poet Saint Vallalar of carrying forward the traditions of Tirunjana Sambandar's sacred work.
History of Madurai Adinam. The 292nd Pontiff Srila Sri Arunagirinatha Jnana Sambandha Desika Paramacharya Swamigal, guided by intuition and inducement by Lord Shiva, coronated a charismatic young saint, as the 293rd Pontiff of the Madurai Adinam.
An accomplished yogi, a pragmatic social visionary, and an adept in mystical sciences. His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda is revered as a divine incarnation. Within weeks of his ascension of the ancient monastery, Annadan day, free medical camps, yoga classes, scriptural study, spiritual healing, and meditation programs. The traditional Adinam now has a website, and thousands participate in the morning worship and spiritual talks via live streaming, and two-way vehicles are being restored to sanctity, and the neighboring villages are being adopted with basic amenities, education and medical care being provided for all. His Holiness dreams of an authentic Vedic Renaissance for which India has already waited too long.
Here, I take the commitment of making Madurai Adinam as an international religious organization. We will fulfill all the responsibilities of Madurai Adinam, make Hindu tradition, Shaiva tradition alive, revived, lived, celebrated all over the world.
Veneration turns to spirituality for answers. The changes at Madurai Adinam mirror the changing role of spiritual organizations today as power centers and guiding forces, forging the enlightened government of the new world.
As the 292nd Pontiff of the Madurai Adinam, Sri Arunagirinatha Jnana Sambandha Deshika Paramacharya Swami is the predecessor to the Madurai Adinam since 2012, and the 292nd Guru Maha Sanidana, the avatar, as his successor, the 293rd Guru Maha Sanidana. And in this video, this is the historic record of the Madurai Adinam, introducing the successor as Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. You can watch this video, available freely on YouTube at your convenience.
So here you can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism being coronated as the 293rd.
And here you can see various temples and monastery complexes that under the Kailasa enlightenment ecosystem that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working tirelessly to revive and reestablish to their original glory.
By his Guru Parampara at the age of 16 on the 24th of May 1994.
The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism founded the international mission, the NITHYANANDA Sangha, to revive Kailasa internationally.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also founded the Adi Kailasa Vignapeetham at the age of 24 on the 4th of November 2002.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism founded the Adi Vignapeetham at the age of 24 in November 2002. At the age of 24.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been coronated as the incumbent emperor of the Suryavamshi Sarangi Samrajyam of the Suryavamsha lineage at the age of 26 on the 31st of December 2004.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been declared as the incumbent emperor of the Suryavamshi Strangi Samanajam in the lineage of the Suryavamsha at the age of 26 in 2004.
Yes, we can go to the next slide. Yes, we apologize for the and declared as the head of various mats, various adinams around the world. So here you can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as the reviver of the of various Sarvagnapitas and various adinams. You can see the Supreme. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also been coronated as the successor of the Kashi Sarvagnapitam.
Mandaleshwar of the Mahanirvani Akara, the largest apex monastic order, and the youngest Mahamandaleshwar at the age of 35. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was also declared as the Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the Atalakara, the oldest monastic order in Hinduism, by Acharya Mahamandaleshwar Sukdevananda, age of 35.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also been coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Tanjavur Adinam at the age of 36 in 2014.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was also coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Tiruvarur Adinam at the age of 36.
36 in 2014.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also been coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Dharma Mukti Sparagura Adinam at the age of 37 in 2013.
He was also coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Adipita Kolda Mata at the age of 37 in 2015.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 20,000.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also been revered as the most prolific and most viewed guru in the digital world, and is read and watched by 1 billion plus followers of Hinduism. In Hinduism.
And Kailasa is the world's greatest digital Hindu nation with over 1 billion views. And you can connect with us on all the
has contributed various humanitarian services and initiatives, including free vegetarian food banks, medical services through various international agencies and bodies.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has authored over 300 books and 10,000 articles in 3 languages, including English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, which have been translated into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. And you can see a few of these available online in English, French, and all of these are available freely online for anyone to download and enjoy. Tamil and in Spanish.
Tamil and Spanish. And over 20 million copies of these books and articles have been sold, read, and downloaded by millions.
Pontiff has established the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million Pali scriptures, and over 20 million digital books.
Views on social media.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is respected as a commentator of all the sacred scriptures, such as the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the Shiva Sutras, the Yoga Sutras, the Ashtavakra Gita, the Jain Sutras, and many more.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been on recognized Hindu leader. And most recently, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was also recognized by the Californian State Senate as the sovereign ruler of the sovereign nation.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been acclaimed as one of the
Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism
living personalities by Watkins Mind, Body, and Spirit magazine.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is a reviver of the sovereign order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyanda Paramashivam, and the Nithyanda order of monks, nuns, and the Hindu diaspora, who are working for global peace and to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the establisher of 1,000+ Kailasa enlightened ecosystems.
And is the founder and reviver of over 100 Satvigna Pitas.
Spoken about by various heads and leaders of various akhadas and mats around the world. And late Mahant Narendra Girji Maharaj, who was the president of the largest apex body of Hinduism, Akhila Bharatiya Akhada Parashakti, the group of 13 akhadas and over 2 crore sadhus, monks in India, welcomes the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam Bhagavan Nithyanda Paramashivam, as one day the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam Bhagavan Nithyanda Paramashivam, Swamiji is going to be called the Vishwa Guru, the Guru of the whole world. And he is going to be the spiritual guide for the world, and peace will spread in the whole world. People are not yet aware of the energy of Swamiji. In reality, Swamiji is the Swarupa, form of Bhagavan, God. And we are offering prayers not just to a Guru, but to an embodiment of Bhagavan. I am sure that Swamiji must have done intense penance, tapas, in his childhood, and merged into God, as a result of which he is expressing this divine power of God. And Sri Shantibira Mahaswamiji who is the head of the Kolda Mata, the oldest recorded Mata humanity falls into suffering and pain, Ishwar the divine himself does austerities, tapas, for their upliftment. Ishwar is the embodiment of the divine light. Nityananda Maharaj is seated as the embodied divine light, spreading the world peace and serving the whole of humanity from India. Nityananda Ji is a treasure house of jnana, sacred knowledge. And just like this, various heads and mahants of various akaras and mats have spoken about the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and have. So now let us see Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam happening as a guru. In this next segment, all of you will be learning the happening of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as the guru.
Nityananda. Sorry for the technical glitch. So now the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, is happening as a guru, where he's giving us the sacred secrets, the sacred knowledge of the Vedic tradition, the Hindu tradition. Yes, we apologize for the technical glitch. So let's now look into the happening of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, of the Hindu tradition, of the Vedagamic tradition. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says, responsibilism, that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's words on responsibilism. Life is an expansion. Whoever cherishes that idea, continuous expansion, then I will never have rest. It will never end. You are entertaining death in your heart, Swamiji says. And he explains, increasing the speed of running is rest. Increase the speed of running. Make it into flying. It is rest. Reduce the friction, because two things are contacting each other. If you want bliss, joy, peace, don't reduce the speed, reduce the friction, just take off. Your body, mind, inner space, consciousness, whatever you feel about you, go on if you say, no, I can expand, no. Make it into 24 hours and a few minutes extra and penetrate into time. Whenever you need more time, whenever you need to do more work, stop the time, complete the work, and allow time to move. An ordinary Indian housewife, Savitri, did it. She is not a rishi, a saint, a sadhu, Mahatma, Siddha, or yogi. No. She's an ordinary housewife in India. She did it. She told the sun, don't rise till I get my husband back. And the power of authenticity. God, listen, sun listened, and it is possible. Continuous expansive expansion is life. That is life. That is life. Oh, the Sansya Putraha. Break all the root patterns which makes you feel continuous expansion is not possible or not necessary. Continuous expansion is life. Authenticity is life. If your body is ready to live now just with liquid diet, don't think you achieved something big. Move to the next level. Make the body more authentic to live. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. Authenticity only begins, never ends. Ending, all incompletions. You break the patterns, it is impossible. Even Ravana had only 2 patterns. So you're not worse than Ravana, don't worry. You may be having only a few patterns. Till you break that patterns, only it is a little difficult. Not after that. Not after that. There is nothing impossible. The skin and the identity, you are only up to the skin. What separates your mind from the cosmic mind? Just the borders you made. I can do only this much. Yoga is authenticity in action. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. What is agitation? Not taking the responsibility for what you mean to others is agitation. When you don't take responsibility for your commitments to others, you get agitated, you get irritated. So let's now do a small internalizing exercise. The first, break that first. Complete with that pattern first. Complete with that pattern. Get out of that pattern first. So step 1, look in and pen down which. Then step 2, pen down all the reasons that prevent judge. So let's take a few minutes for this process.
Paramashivam Paramashivam Nityananda Paramashivam Paramashivam Nityananda Paramashivam Om Nityananda Paramashivam Om Nityananda Paramashivam Nityananda Om Nityananda Paramashivam Om Nityananda Paramashivam Nityananda Paramashivam Om Nityananda Paramashivam Nityananda Paramashivam Ananda Paramashivam Om Nityananda Paramashivam Nityananda Paramashivam Om Nityananda Paramashivam Om Nityananda Paramashivam Ananda Paramashivam Om Nityananda Paramashivam Nityananda Paramashivam Om Nityananda Paramashivam Ananda Paramashivam Om Nityananda Paramashivam Nityananda Paramashivam Paramashivam Om Nityananda Paramashivam Nityananda Paramashivam
Yes. Now, for each reason that you have penned down, take the responsibility for fulfilling it. For example, I cannot keep up schedule your inspires you to your schedule to be done only at 1 a.m. So your whole day, you are in fact looking forward for the clock to hit 1 a.m. So contemplate on each reason.
नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
So with this exercise, break the pattern of impossible. spoken about how to break the pattern of not possible.
Science of living enlightenment. I'll expand on this subject, science of living. I wanted you to understand this one word, yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. I'm translating as not just perfection in action, authenticity in action. Listen. Authenticity in your thinking means again and again, higher and listen. The moment I say expanding you more and more continuously, how many of you feel, oh God, then it's an unending process. It can never end at all. I'll never be able to rest at all. It's an unending process. How many of you feel? Raise your hand. You are all death-oriented. Understand? First thing you need, should live forever. You desire you should live forever, but when I give the process, you don't want to live. You don't want to do. See the contradiction. Authenticity is an unending process. I have to expand. I am not going to retire at all. I will never be allowed to retire at all. If you have that feeling, then commit suicide now. You are retired now. You can rest once for all. But that is not solution. Could have committed suicide? No. Life is expansion. Life is expansion. Listen. Come to the space of listening. Life is expansion. First, I'll never end. You are entertaining death in your heart. So don't be invited. The idea you entertain in your life, when you feel, wow, I'm going to expand. Authenticity is the best principle. Then understand, you are entering into Akshardham, eternal life. Break the pattern. I am never going to rest or what? Why do you need rest? Increasing the speed of running is rest. Increase the speed of running, make it into flying, it is rest. Dive. When you run, there is a friction because two things are contacting each other. If you want, don't reduce the speed, reduce the friction, just take off. Your body, mind, inner space, consciousness, whatever you feel about you, go on expanding. Life can continue to ooze in you, overflow in you. If you say, no, I can expand. See, now I do. 2 hours of work, I'll make it into 4 hours, not more than that. Then I'll rest. No. Make it into 24 hours and few minutes extra. And penetrate into time whenever you need more time, whenever you need to do more work, stop the time, complete the work and allow the time to move. You can do. An ordinary Indian housewife, Savitri, did it. She is not a rishi, saint, sadhu, mahatma, siddha, yogi. No. Ordinary housewife. She told the son, don't raise till I get my husband back. Power of authenticity. God. It is possible. Don't think only it is possible for Savitri. Because she made it possible, she became Savitri. If you make it possible, you will become Savitri. There is no such thing, it is possible only for Savitri. Because she made it possible, she is Savitri. Listen. You always say, no, that is only for Savitri. I have seen many times ordinary people making it happen. And I have seen many times even great sadhus missing it. I know one organization, a religious organization, whole organization strongly believes no one can achieve the space of their founder. They feel, no, that's all over. Now nobody else can become Paramahamsa. Command Nityananda Sangha should go on producing Paramahamsas and incarnations. You will continue to believe and work and succeed in producing millions of Nityanandas. Nityanandas more expanded, radiating than the original mold. The product which comes out of the mold can be polished more. You will not. There are some religious organizations, not some, many. They believe their master caliber person can never happen again. Ramakrishna Mission believes never again the caliber of Ramakrishna's personality can happen. ISKCON believes never again the caliber of Prabhupada can happen. Chinmaya Mission believes never. Swaminarayan organization believes never again the caliber of a personality like Swaminarayan can happen. I command and declare, Nityananda Sangha not only should believe, should work and be successful, creating millions of people more qualified than Nityananda. Need to be alive with the collective authenticity. The moment you believe you cannot create more Nityanandas, your collective authenticity is dead. And a master lives in the form of Sangha after he leaves the body. After I leave the body, Sangha has to keep itself alive through the collective authenticity. को जन्म देगा ऐसे अवतार पुरुष जो उनके संस्थापक से भी अधिक शक्तिशाली हो, मैं नहीं बल्कि ज्यादा और ज्यादा अवतार पुरुषों का निर्माण करने के लिए काम करेगा. When you lose your individual authenticity, you become atheist. When you lose collective authenticity, you become bunch of atheists, which is dangerous. Don't die with my dead body. First of all, my body itself is not going to die. Understand unending expansion, continuous expansive expansion is life. That is life. That is life. O the sons of immortality, disciples of Amritasya Putraha, break all the root pattern, not possible or not necessary. Continuous expansion is life. नित्यानंद संघ को सामूहिक श्रद्धा के साथ स्वयं को जीवित रखना होगा और लगातार विस्तारित होना होगा. कंटिन्यूअस एक्सपेंशन. All the listeners, if your body is ready to live now just with liquid diet, don't think you achieved big. Move to the next level. Make the body more authentic, to live on pure air, to breathe through the leg. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. अमरत्व के पुत्र मेरे शिष्यों सुनो, श्रद्धा को लगातार विस्तारित कीजिए और निरंतर काल तक अमर रहिए. Authenticity only begins, never ends. Incompletion has only ending. It has no beginning. Authenticity has only beginning, no ending. Maybe it would have started before the time started. Authenticity as only beginning, no end. Understand, in every action, bring authenticity. If you are breathing up to your chest, if you are inhaling and exhaling is happening up to the chest level, bring authenticity. Make it up to the Mooladhara. Then bring more authenticity. Make it up to knee level. If you can do 6 Surya Namaskar, bring authenticity. Make it into 12. If you are able to handle 5 kg dumbbells, bring authenticity. Make it into 8. You are not going to die by making 5 into 8. Anybody thinks you are going to die? If you think, because you think you may die, not because of the dumbbell. And expand. People ask, what is the safe way of expanding, Swamiji? Do it. I am talking with the responsibility that I am talking in the national television. As a responsible teacher, I am teaching you the science. I am teaching you the science of life, not some superstition. I am not an atheist to teach superstition to you. You are atheist. Atheists also have a rings, nobody answers. If you know the other side of the phone, somebody is going to attend, you will see somebody will be attending. If you think there is nobody to attend the other side, it will not be attended. God is not there. Indians try to dial and say, yes, it's a STD call, but he attends. Keralites dial and say, oh, it's a local call, but he attends. Biddi people dial and say, he attends, it's intercom. He attends, understand. He is continuously attending. It is the possibility, space of possibility, continuously living in the space of, till you break the patterns, it is impossible. You are not that demonish that you are living with millions of patterns. Even Ravana had only 2 patterns. So you are not worse than Ravana, don't worry. You may be having only few patterns. Till you break that patterns only, it's little difficult. Not after that. Not after that. I tell you, oh, that's all, I cannot expand. Break that pattern. Break that pattern. To me, I am only going to show the real sympathy to me means practicing integrity. Take this as a 1 year exercise. 1 year, I will not listen to any of the boundaries I can't for next 1 year. Physically, mentally, in responsibility. I have some of the ashramites who are working with me. He can't think. Yesterday I gave him some few work, 7 hours he sat and comes back with me. And when I asked him, he stands like a frightened kid. One of my rishi, I gave him few work. In the evening he comes back. When I ask him, he stares at me. No, it is such a strong pattern living in him, nothing is possible. 1 year, go on breaking the pattern of no. Completion, 1 year authenticity. Just for practicing authenticity, completing with every person, in your life, 1 year, the word impossible would have disappeared from you. There is nothing impossible. Listen, the border you create, actually what separates you from the cosmos? The skin and the identity, you are only up to your skin. What separates your mind from the cosmic mind? Just the border you made. I can do only this much. Impossible is the border you built inside the cosmic mind to separate your mind. Like boat jetties in the ocean, where they keep all the small boats, huge stone wall built so that there will be less waves, the boats are protected. Just like that wall separates the ocean, impossible separates your individual mind from the cosmic mind. Break that wall, after that anything happens. Because of that wall, impossible, you do not allow the vibration happening in the individual mind to pass it to the cosmic mind. If there is a wall, anything happens in that boat jetty will never reach the ocean. Impossible is not reality, it is a pattern. Please listen. Please understand, all the miracles I continue to perform is not to show off or demonstrate or my pride. It is just to tell you one statement: impossible is only pattern, not reality. If you think something is impossible by you, it is only a pattern, it is not truth. I am going to learn first and do it. Then I am going to tell all the ashramites to do it. Sannyas initiation only after they complete pole yoga. No, it is possible. It is possible. He is doing gymnastics. She has not learnt authenticity from an incarnation. When she can do, why not? जो भी आप असंभव सोचते हैं उसकी सूची बनाइए, सूची बनाइए. 1 वर्ष के इस अभ्यास के बाद आप देखेंगे वो सभी असंभव कम. Our whole Sangha woke up when I declared we will be enriching 1,000 lives on May Inner Awakening. Whole Sangha woke up. We will do. But the benefit happened in the May is we woke up, and this is the largest program we are in the land. I was thinking the cruise was larger. No, just yesterday I was told this is the largest program after the religious persecution. 3 years of slumber, tiredness, laziness given upon ourselves and others. The whole Sangha woke up just by the one declaration. First, I made the whole Sangha believe they can stand up again. Now only I can see people feel, yes, we can stand up again. man who can give this push when people fall is a leader. I can see the confidence in the eyes of my swamis, my volunteers, my organizers, my devotees, my disciples, even in the eyes of the participants. What was the number of lives enriched in the last inner awakening? It's only 2 digit. That much I can be sure. Two digit. And only 53 days gap. Tell me the number and the gap, number of days. The whole Sangha woke up. And I tell you, August, we will be enriching more than 1,000 lives because we already broke the pattern of impossible. Any weight crushes you. If you stand up, crush, you are crushed. If you lift it, it becomes your strength. The pattern impossible can either crush you or it can become strength in the hand. Now it is literally crushing your hand. If you lift it, that same 10 kg now adds strength to your muscle. This persecution was the collective impossibility put on us. The alagala poison put on us. Collective negativity put on us. Mahadeva, just by swallowing the whole thing and finishing off in the throat, he swallowed in the throat and declared victory. Means just by the declaration of a word, Mahadeva crushed the alahala poison. Just when I declared, we will be enriching 1,000 lives through May inner awakening. I already swallowed the whole alahala poison of impossible and finished it off, destroyed it. The poisonous does not have the quality of killing anymore. When poison becomes part of the Mahadeva's body, naturally it becomes nectar. March, 42 lives were attending, getting enriched. Only 33 days gap. "60 days before we declared 1,000 lives will be enriching for May. In 60, Ganga woke up. Continue to break the pattern of impossible. We stood up. We will now start flying. Yoga is authenticity in action. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Earlier, we had the translation as, many of you would have put this statement in your office, house, based on my request. Now update. Yoga is authenticity in action. Is reduction in the words you utter. Means first step of yoga is reduction in words due to practice of integrity. And yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Yoga is authenticity in action. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. योगा कार्य में न केवल पूर्णता है बल्कि कार्य में श्रद्धा लाना है. हर कार्य में श्रद्धा लाना योगा है. योगा कर्मसु कौशलम. कार्य में श्रद्धा ही योगा है. जब कोई वासन आपको कुचल रहा है, जब कोई वसन आपको कुचल रहा है, यदि आप उसे उठाते हैं, वही वसन आपको शक्ति दिलाता है. जो उत्पीड़न हमने अनुभव किया वो सामूहिक नकारात्मकता थी. केवल एक घोषणा में इनर अवेकनिंग कार्यक्रम में 1000 लोगों की जीवन को लाभान्वित करेगा. द्वारा मैंने उस उत्पीड़न की हाला को समाप्त कर दिया. Bring authenticity in every level. The way you do business, the way you maintain relationships, the way you take the responsibility, the way you think, the way you cognize the world, the way you respond to the world, the way you act, the way you feel others, the way you behave with your body, the way you behave with your mind, with everything, bring authenticity. The way you behave with your boss. If you are irritated just by seeing the boss, extend it. You will not get irritated at least for 5 minutes. If you are be in peace, without getting agitation. What is agitation? When you don't take responsibility for your commitments to others, you get agitated. You get irritated. If you take the responsibility for your commitments, you will not be agitated. You will not be irritated. For any root pattern in you which does not allow the cognition, complete with that pattern first. Get out of that pattern first. जब आप अपने प्रतिबद्धताओं का उत्तरदायित्व लेते हैं, आप आवेश और आंदोलन की स्थिति में नहीं रहेंगे. Don't show pseudo sympathy towards you. Because if you show the pseudo sympathy, you are not showing sympathy to you, you are showing sympathy to your root patterns, which will flourish and grow and destroy you more. One priest, temple priest, came to see my puja once. I myself was doing arti. He was shocked and he said, only after seeing your arti, I realized We all forgot even to raise the hand fully when we do Aarti. We just do. The whole hand should move. Aarti should fly in the air. Fire should fly in the air. Authenticity is life. Authenticity is life. Authenticity is life. Break all the patterns of inauthenticity. First, break the root pattern of impossible in your life. आज सत्संग के सारांश है today's satsang's essence is श्रद्धा पूर्वक अपनी अश्रद्धा बारे व्यवहार को तोड़ दीजिए। उसको एक कागज पर लिखिए, फिर श्रद्धा के साथ जीना आरंभ कीजिए। 1 वर्ष के बाद आप देखेंगे कि आपके सोचे हुए हर असंभवता संभव हो जाएगा और वास्तविक आपके व्यवसाय में श्रद्धा लाइए, आपके संबंधों में श्रद्धा लाइए, आपके सोच विचार में श्रद्धा लाइए, आपके हर प्रतिक्रिया में श्रद्धा लाइए। जिस तरह आप आपके बारे में सोचते हैं, अपने आप से और दूसरों के लगातार श्रद्धा में रहिए। स्वयं के प्रति बनावटी सहानुभूति को ना दिखाई, स्वयं के प्रति शक्ति से पेश आइए और बगैर कोई समझौता की लगातार श्रद्धा में रहिए। आइए अब हम सब आज यह घोषणा करें कि आपसे मैं जो भी कार्य करूंगा उसमें श्रद्धा लाऊंगा।
Nityananda. Beautiful understanding and the wealth of knowledge that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, has given us in his happening as a Guru. You can further subscribe to the YouTube channel where tens of thousands of hours of discourses of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism over these decades is made available for all of humanity. And with that, now we would like to share a very exciting news. The embodiment of authenticity and expansion. And today we have just received a most wonderful, exciting news as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism takes us to more expansion and as Kailasa celebrates this Vijayadashmi on this day of victory, let us see the taking news that we have just received. So we have just received this exciting announcement. The United States Senate has recognized the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa, Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Sri Nityananda Paramashivam, as the sovereign of the sovereign state of Kailasa. So this certificate of special recognition is present Sri Nityananda Paramashivam from the United States Senate, presents a special recognition to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the sovereign of the sovereign nation. So this is an exciting announcement for all of Kailasa as we celebrate this Vijayadashmi, and we'll be finding out more about the accolades and recognitions, the awards the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has through the conscious expansion for taking humanity through for the superconscious breakthroughs that he's been giving to humanity. So today, as we celebrate Vijayadashmi, we are pleased to announce this recognition, and we'll learn more now about the various sacred rituals and the revival of this sacred Hindu sciences and rituals that are happening as part of the authentic lifestyle and practice, and the sacred rituals being performed as per the agamic injunctions at the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam in the Adi Kailash Nithyananda Sarvagna Peetham. So now and now, with that exciting announcement, let's now look at the various sacred rituals that are happening from Adi Kailash Nithyananda Sarvagna Peetham, Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya, as we celebrate Devi Parashakti's happening of Navaratri and Vijayadashmi, these Dasara celebrations, and also the Venkateshwara Pramotsa. So let us see the various sacred rituals and happenings from Adi Kailash Nithyananda Sarvagna Peetham and how we can be part of these celebrations with the various offerings and sevas. So this Navaratri, as we celebrate Devi Parashakti on these 9 nights and the day of victory, Vijayadashami, and we also celebrate the Venkateshwara Brahmotsavam. On these 9 days and 9 nights of celebration and the 10th day of Vijayadashami, we have been celebrating the various manifestations of Devi Parashakti with different alankars, the decoration of Devi Parashakti, traditional offerings, rituals, and sevas are being performed on all of these 9 days and on the day of auspicious day of Vijayadashami at the Adi Kailash Nithyananda Sarvagna Peetham, the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya, which is the sacred land, the kshetra, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself has consecrated living in this very sacred land. And here, the third eye awakened beings, initiated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, perform these sacred rituals with the utmost integrity and authenticity to the agamic injunctions. And when thus themselves are verily present to receive these sacred rituals and shower their grace and blessings on all of us and on all of humanity. So let us see the various celebrations and rituals happening in this Navaratri. We have celebrated the manifestation of Devi Parashakti as Devi Rajeshwari on day 1, as Devi Meenakshi on day 2, as Devi Kamakshi on day 3, as Devi Annapurneshwari on day 4, as Kashi Vishalakshi on day 5, in her manifestation as Shayana Tirukolam on day, and as Devi Saraswati herself on day 9. So as we celebrate all of these various manifestations of Devi Parashakti, let us take a look at the various rituals being offered on these days of celebration and on the auspicious day of Vijayadashami. So sevas and rituals are being offered. The Swamiji Vishesha Ambal Alankara Seva, the Utsava Ambal Vishesha Shodashopachara Puja, the Chandi Homa, the Vishesha Dravya Homa and Purnahuti, the Dasha Bhairava Puja, Kumari Puja and Suhasini Puja, the Durga Prana Pratishtapana, which was offered the day Devi Durga was welcomed, and the Prana Pratishtapana was done by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. And the Durga Saptami Puja on the day of Saptami. Mahatmyam Parayanam has been happening every single day of these 9 days of celebration. The Durga Ashtami Puja, which was offered on the day of Ashtami, the Durga Kumari Puja, the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, which are happening on the auspicious day of Vijayadashami. Brahmotsvam, Utsava Venkateshwara Alankara Seva and the Utsava Venkateshwara Navakalashadhishekam, as we also celebrate Bhagavan Venkateshwara on these auspicious days of Venkateshwara Brahmotsvam. So the Alankara Seva is the offering of the Alankara to the various deities at the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam, the Utsava Murtis and the deities on this special occasion of Dasara. So Alankara means decoration and also that which causes the deep sense of fulfillment. Alamkara, alamkaroti iti alankara. So the Alankara Seva can be offered as 508 USD. You can register for any of the sevas that you would like to offer, any of the sacred rituals that you would like to participate in. You can sign up for these rituals and sevas on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And you can also make the offering of Utsava Ambal Alankara Seva. Every day, the Utsava Murti of Devi Parashakti is decorated in her various different manifestations and offering of the Alankara Seva to the deity of Parashakti bestows the deep fulfillment in life, thereby taking us closer to the Guru who liberates us from the Utsavamurti of Devi Parashakti every day of these 10 days of celebration. The Swamiji Vishesha Ambal Alankara Seva. Every day, the Sachala Murti of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in the Garbha Mandir of the Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam is decorated in the various manifestations of Parashakti. Offering of the Alankara Seva to the deity of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism bestows the deep fulfillment in life, thereby taking us closer to Alankara Seva. On any of these days of celebration, and the cost of this seva is $508 US. You can sign up for this offering also on the website www. In this sacred ritual, the Utsava Murti of Devi Parashakti is decorated in her various manifestations and is worshipped with 16 offerings that are favorite to Devi Parashakti. As part of it, a special Samputita Archana will be offered with the 108 names of her manifestations describing her divine qualities. Samputita Karana is unique to the Shakti Sampradaya, where 2 mantras, names, and the Archana is done. And in Devi Mahatmyam, Devi Parash, this boon and blessings on everyone as extolled in the merits to all the beings. So in the Devi Mahatmyam portion of the Markandeya Purana, Sa Dana Votha Bhavishyati Tada Tadavatiriyaham Karishyamyari Sanshayam. The translation for this verse: whenever trouble arises, he blesses and gives this boon to protect all the humanity in the Devi Mahatmya. And during this Navaratri and Vijayadashmi, we are celebrating the happening of Devi Parashakti. The next offering, this Navaratri is the Chandi Homa, Vishesha Dravya Homa, and Punahuti Meshwari on all the 9 days of celebration of Navaratri. So the chanting of Sanskrit mantras brings out the latent powers that exist within us. Sanskrit mantras, when chanted by power manifestors or Tvijas, those who are reborn from the Shaktipada of Paramashiva, they manifest intense, life positive, cosmic permission to invoke Chandika Parameshwari in the Agni and to worship her by chanting the Devi Mahatmyam. The fire ritual demands the Japam or incantation chanting of the Devi Mahatmyam to be repeated 10 times to bring a cosmic allowance to invoke Chandi Devi in the Agni. In order to do the oblations into Chandi Agni for the 700 verses of Devi Mahatmyam, the repetition of chanting the 700 verses should happen 10 times. This is what is known as Dashamsha. It is a powerful way to consecrate the very Vatavarana, the spiritual ecosystem of the Yagashala of the place of fire worship. The group will be chanting 10 times the repetition of the Devi Mahatmyam. The veneration can bring life positive effects to anyone who hears these sacred shlokas. So the 700 verses of Devi Mahatmyam is chanted every day of these celebrations when the 10 priests, initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, chant verses chanted every day as the sacred fire ritual is performed. Chandika Parameshwari are invoked in numerous water pots surrounding the Pradhana main Kalasha of Chandika Parameshwari. The Yagashala is described as the central square of the mandala grid. The Toranam represents the 4 Vedas protecting the Yagashala for negative energies to be warded off. The 4 Vedas are the most life positive vibrations that create from select trees prescribed by the Agamas. The occurrence of banyan, peepal, atti, and purasu in the scripture is always associated with auspiciousness. The trees grow in a particular environment that ecosystem is, but also the very spiritual energies that exist in that particular environment. These 4 trees create an extremely spiritual and peaceful canopy to the beings who live under them. The leaves from these spiritual charged faces can hold, they further energize the Yagashala. The Vishesha Dravya Homa is the offering of all the Rudra and Ananta are invoked within the Agni Kunda. The Agni Kunda's top is said to be the very mouth of the gods, while the pit below is the stomach of the gods. In the Vishesha Dravya Homa, various fruits, cooked rice, the coconut is offered as it represents the head of the Devata. Finally, the Annam is adorned with clothing and flower garlands and is worshipped as the embodiment of the Devata. In the Purnahuti Homa, select offerings of turmeric, kumkum, and favorite dry foods of Devi, such as almonds, raisins, cashew, etc., are offered to the Chandi Agni right before the final offerings of Purnahuti, which include a sari, silver mangalyam, silver coins, and flower garland for Chandika Devi. The Mangalya Sutra is the auspicious thread that is tied when a woman marries. This thread, as a medallion that symbolizes the chastity and the highest metals that can hold and radiate energy. It is one of the rarest offerings made into the Chandi Agni when the metal itself is consumed by the Agni and given to the cosmic energy directly. And Chandi Homa. And among the many merits described in the Devi Mahatmya, the 12th chapter extols the merits of chanting of the Devi Mahatmya and the Chandi Homa. And in this chapter, it describes that is the blessings of grace and bestows the boon on her devotees, where the Devi Mahatmya is chanted and the Chandi Homa is offered. She bestows upon the devotees various, will bestow the grace and blessings for the removal of all problems of the devotees, and they can avoid all untoward happenings in life, avoid bad happenings, poverty, separation from beloved ones, removal of fear from enemies, robbers, and kings, weapons, fire, and flood. All troubles will be removed by Devi when this Homa is done during the Navaratri, and the participant will be blessed with riches, grains, and children. The one performing this ritual, chanting the Devi Mahatmya, he becomes fearless. His enemies perish, welfare accrues, and the family rejoices. The ill effects of bad dreams and negative influences of planets are removed. Planets turn favorable, and a result of good dreams manifests. Completion manifests in between human beings. The presence of all evil spirits are driven away. All the worldly pleasures that Siddha, that is enlightened, and Devi's grace happens to bestow further boons and blessings. Perfect health manifests, all sins are removed, fear of enemies is removed. One is even saved from the dangers of being alone in the forest, surrounded by forest fire, being surrounded by robbers in a desolate spot, and while captured by enemies. One is by a lion or tiger, when chased by wild elephants in the forest, when one is the target of the order of the wrathful king, when one is sentenced to death, when one is imprisoned, when one is tossed about by a boat, in the boat by a tempest in the ocean, when one is in the most terrible battle under the shower of weapons, and at all dreadful troubles. These various and the offering of the Chandi Homa are described in Devi Mahatmya itself, where Devi sings her glory and the glory of her deeds and victories over evil, and she bestows upon her devotees all of these various boons and blessings in her utmost. The merits further described that Devi says even black magic is removed and successful death he attains moksha, and all the worldly pleasures that are sought manifest, and also the supreme union with the cosmic mother happens. Evil possessions haunting the children are removed. The presence of all evil spirits are driven away, and the completion manifests in human beings. So you can offer the Chandi Homa. It's of celebration. So during the Navaratri and this Dasara celebrations, the Adi Kailasa Nithyananda Sarvagna Pita conduct this sacred fire ritual on all the 9 days of these celebrations. The next offering to Devi Parashakti on these days of celebration is the Raja Rajeshwari Ekadasha Dravya Abhishekam and the Snapana Abhishekam. This is a very special offering where, as per the Shakta Agamas, the Jaladravya powder, the Panchamritam, milk, curd, ghee, honey, sugarcane juice, fruit juice, tender coconut water, and Gandhajalam will be offered to the Moolavar Raja Rajeshwari in the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam. Finally, the energized waters of the Chandi Homa Kalashas and the Shanka conch, which have been consecrated during the end of Rajeshwari Devi. So you can register for this sacred ritual and sacred and most special ritual that is offered to Devi Raja Rajeshwari during these days of Navaratri celebrations. You can register for this seva of the Abhishekam, the Raja Rajeshwari Ekadasha Dravya Abhishekam and the Snapana Abhishekam, which is the offering of the sacred bath with the 11 types of Dravyam. You can register for this seva on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas, and the cost of this offering is $1,008. And another sacred our offerings and worship Hinduism is a religion where everything is auspicious and is an embodiment of Devi Parashakti. When one witnesses the worship of a physical body which is radiating Parashakti, the highest auspice will manifest when we see her in a physical form, receiving our worship as Parashakti. And in the Kumari Puja, Parashakti, with an innocent powerfulness through which the divine can be glimpsed. Parashakti's own extensions are the Kumaris. The Dashabhairava Puja is offered to young boys who are blissful manifestations of Parashakti as the Dashabhairavas. Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji, sit as the form of Parashakti. This unique revival of worship is one of the rarest where Parashakti is actualized and is embodied and represents an actual physical body of a Suvasini. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says, women are an embodiment of Devi Parashakti, and here is a unique ritual in Hinduism recreating the same sacred sentiments Sri Ramakrishna had when he offered the Jadadatri Puja to Sri Sharada Devi. And on this was offered on the day when we had the consecration of Devi Durga, the Prana Pratishtapana of Devi Durga by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. And the Durga Saptami Puja, which was offered to Devi Durga on the auspicious day of Saparati, which was offered to Devi. And the Devi Mahatmyam Parayanam, which is offered to Devi Durga every day on all the 9 days of Navaratri celebrations. And as we celebrate these Dasara celebrations, initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are chanted by 10 initiated disciples as the Chandi Homa rituals are performed. And you can offer this sacred ritual of Devi Mahatmyam Parayanam, and you can register for this seva on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. So Devi Mahatmyam, the glory of God, the goddess, also known as the Durga Saptashati, the Chandi or the Chandi Patha describes the victory of goddess Durga over the evil forces, the asuras such as Madhuha. Devi Mahatmyam is the very definition of the nature of the Divine Mother. She is the Moola Prakriti, the root nature of all that manifests. She is the force that drives everything in the universe. Devi Mahatmyam is also significant, ranging from the fearsome and dangerous Kali to the benign and gentle Shri, as fundamentally unified. 10 priests chant the Devi Mahatmyam, which makes it a total of 7,000 verses and gives respect to Devi Parashakti. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vishnu Mayeti Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. This first shloka gives respect to Vishnu Maya and the next offering to Devi Rajeshwari, Devi Parashakti on this celebrations of Paranangi Alankara Seva. It is a magnificent armor that covers the deity and allows one to have the darshan of the deity in her grand glory. Kailasa's Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalayam, and you can sign up for this offering of the Alankara Seva, the Utsava Rajarajeshwari Swarnangi Alankara Seva, on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas, and the cost of this offering is $508. And the next offering on the auspicious occasion of Vijayadashami, the Annalayas of Adi Kailasa and the devotees of the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya offer the Maha Naivedya Seva to our beloved Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. This grand offering is an offering of 1008 varieties of food. This celebration is an offering of our deep love and gratitude. Naivedya Seva only 4 times in a year. On the day of victories, the Maha Naivedya Seva is one of the choicest offerings. So you can register for this offering of the Maha Naivedya Seva on this auspicious occasion of Vijayadashami offering, and sign up for this offering on the website www.kailasamailer.com/seva. And the next offering on the auspicious occasion of Vijayadashami is the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the one of the most sacred offerings from disciples of Guru's feet, sacred lotus feet. And this verse describes Shoshanam Papa Pankasya Deepanam Jnana Tejasam Gurupadodakam Samyak Samsararnavatarakam. The water of Guru's feet dries up the mud of sins, lights the fire of knowledge, and causes one to cross the ocean of worldly material life of Maya in the right way. And you can make this offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. One disciple offers to the sacred lotus feet of Guru. So you can register for this offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja on this most auspicious occasion of Vijayadashmi. And you can find out more about this offering on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. The cost of this offering is $1,008. And the next offering of Vijayadashmi is the offering of the Tulabharam. The traditional way of offering material offerings to God or deity, any items that we would like to offer to the God or deity, the traditional way of offering is known as the Tulabharam. This is the sacred act of offering an item equal in weight of the deity or guru or God to whom you are offering. Offerings can be various: flowers, bilva, tulasi, dates, bananas, books, silver, and finally gold. Tulabharam is an intense offering of gratitude for your prayers to be answered. Giving for the sake of giving opens up to receive Paramashiva and Parashakti. In Hinduism, giving is about offering with gratitude the highest that we have. Only when we offer to our maximum potential, the more we'll be open to receiving the best possible, Paramashiva and Parashakti herself. And Tulabharam is the ritual where material donations are made to the Supreme items that can be offered, from jaggery to sugar to silver and gold. Tula means scale. It is the scale where donations are made against the weight of the deities. So you can register for the sacred offering of the Tulabharam on this auspicious occasion of Vijayadashmi, and you can find out more about this sacred ritual and offering on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. The next offering on this occasion of Venkateshwara Brahmotsavam is the Venkateshwara Utsava Murti Alankar, taking us closer to the Guru who liberates us from birth and death. Every day, the Utsava Murti of Bhagavan Venkateshwara is dressed and decked in his various manifestations. Parapriya, the one who loves to be decorated with the finest clothing and jewelry, offering the most favorite treasures in the form of clothing, jewelry, and flower garlands, pleases Bhagavan Venkateshwara. And Bhagavan Venkateshwara is described in this verse as Sahasrashirsham Devam Vishwaksham Vishwashambhuvam Vishwainarayanarishable, the supreme, the goal, the multi-headed and the multi-eyed, omnipresent and omniscient, the resplendent, the Sankara Seva, and also the Utsava Venkateshwara Navakalasha Abhishekam. Every day, the afternoon, the Sri Vari Venkateshwara, during the Sri Vari Venkateshwara Brahmotsavam, the Lord of the Seven Hills, Bhagavan Venkateshwara, the Utsava Murti is offered cooling Abhishekam or sacred bath, offering unique ingredients which are all the favorite of Bhagavan Venkateshwara: the Kshira, the milk, the Dadi, curd, Ayacha, the ghee, Madhu, honey, Churna, the fruit juices, coconut water. We get the grace and blessings of Bhagavan Venkateshwara for healthy and prosperous relationships, health and well-being, abundance in wealth, and purification. Mailer.com/sevas. So here you can see the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas, and you can click on the Learn More link, and Vijayadashmi, these celebrations of Dasara, and you can also click on the link to Venkateshwara Brahmotsavam to learn more about the various offerings and sacred rituals being offered to Bhagavan Venkateshwara during these auspicious days of Brahmotsavam. So on the days of Navaratri, you can see the various offerings that you can register for: the Mahanaivedya Seva, the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, and the Tulabharam. And during the Venkateshwara Brahmotsavam, you can also register for the Venkateshwara Namakalashabhishekam and the Venkateshwara Alankara Seva. So with that, now we will get ready for the sacred rituals from the Adi Kailasa Nithyananda Sarvajna Pita, the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya, where all of these integrity and authenticity, the highest integrity and authenticity with as prescribed in the Agamic Indian. So let us now get ready to witness Ishvara and all the gods and goddesses of Kailasa and receive their grace and blessings in our life as we celebrate the Brahmotsavam. So let us now get ready for the darshan and the sacred rituals. Let us chant the Mahavakya and prepare ourselves to receive the divine darshan. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivam.